I mentioned to you offline that I talked to Elon and we talked about doing stand-up, that he's thinking maybe do a few minutes of stand-up.
Say, if you need a coach, Elon, I got you.
Well, maybe you should move to Austin to coach him full-time.
Hopefully you can fly me in.
So what advice would you give to somebody who wants to try to do 5 minutes? Like the early steps of trying to go to an open mic and say something funny.
Well, that's the irony of comedy is, I don't know if it's irony, but it's like the beginning is the hardest part. Usually the beginning is the easy part. Hey, I'm playing this level of Mario. I jump over one Koopa Troopa, whatever. And then the end is like, Jesus Christ, I got 30 guys coming at me. Yeah. Comedy's the opposite. The beginning is like, it's a gauntlet. It's just obstacles. And it's like you said, open mics. I watch these famous comedians on Netflix and you go, this would all bomb at an open mic. They're killing in, Radio City. Yeah. This would bomb at an open mic. That's the weird part. So it's almost like you have to go through hell just to get to the promised land. And I would say rehearse the shit out of it because you're going to get frazzled up there. Everybody thinks, oh, this is good material. But you also forget about the other part of delivering it, having confidence, being likable, having timing, having a cadence, figuring out who you are, figuring out what the audience thinks you are or how they perceive you. Because you can go up there and say all this, but they go, why is the guy, he's clearly gay. Why is he acting like he's not gay? That's all now they're not listening to the joke. So you got to know how you look. And it's just repetition. And bombing is not failure. That's what you got to remember. I mean, look, if you do a killer hour and then you take it to Netflix and bomb, you fucked up. Mm-hmm. But bombing is not failure. It's just data. It's going, oh, okay, I got to retool that. That didn't work. Something wrong there. I missed a word there. So you got to treat the act almost like ingredients in a cooking in a dish. Like, oh, that I put too many eggs in. Take an egg out. You got to treat it like that. And look, when you pull a bad cake out of an oven, you go, I fucked up. But it doesn't hurt your feelings. But when you bomb and fuck up, it hurts your feelings. So you got to factor that in too. Your feelings going to be hurt. And just almost be a robot and just keep going towards that open mic. You know how scary an open mic is? Bombing sucks, but bombing in front of other comedians is way worse. Because they know what just happened. And they could have saved you, and they didn't. So it's way worse.
And they're going to be your quote-unquote friends for this,
exactly.
for this journey.
Yeah, no, these are evil people. Twisted, fucked up, hurt people.
Can you tell, like, in those early days, let's just talk about that, like at the open mic level, that a joke is going to be good on paper? Like, I'll give you my experience because maybe you can be my coach in this particular moment. So,
you're like Larry Nassar. All right. That's fun, huh? Joking, everybody. I hope nobody takes it seriously.
I now have an amazing team of folks who help me with editing, and they're now currently sweating. Watch this.
We got to leave that one in. That was quick.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I'll eat that one.
That was good. All right. So, going in front of an audience, just even to give a lecture terrifies me, which I've done. Mm-hmm. But open mic, I mean, that to me, perhaps that's why I like going to open mics and listening, is because it terrifies me so much, that idea of going up there and bombing. I mean, it's scary. And to do even like 1 minute, to be honest, is scary. And 5 minutes, I'm also watched enough open mics to realize that 5 minutes is a long time. I mean, it depends on your comedy, but if you're doing fast stuff, 5 minutes is a really long time.
Oh, it's eternity.
I guess with a long story, 2 is a long time, because if the story is not you're building up to something. If the story is gonna fail, you just spent all that time telling the story that completely went flat. Completely got nothing. I guess if you have a series of jokes, you can at least try to recover and do the Mitch Hedberg thing, where like, all right, I'll cross that off. Well, I'm able to, like, I've tried to write a few things, and I'm able to tell that it's really bad.
Well, that's better than most. Most people's egos kick in. They go, no, this is good.
No, see, I'm able to introspect that. Like, it seems funny. I mean, I guess the thing I'm looking for is original. Like, there's easy stuff that you think is funny, but to me, originality is the thing you should be looking for, because then that's what's actually becomes funny. Like, or rather, if it's original, even if it bombs, that feels like more a beautiful art creation that you did. Like at least you swung for it. Like you did something unique. Because there's like even with open mic, your first 5 minutes, there's so many. Just go to enough open mics, you'll hear like there's like a list of jokes that you could just go to. First of all, you can make fun of the fact that you're at an open mic, that you're like doing this the first time and so on. You could do a lot of stuff where you make fun of your appearance in some way and so on. But like, yeah, you could do that, you know, that's way harder than people realize to do it in an original way.
Yes.
To present who you are as a person very quickly, enough to then put that person down in front of everybody else. So you have to reveal the
audiences like that because they go, he knows what we're thinking.
Yeah, exactly. But do it again in an original way. And so like when I'm trying to write stuff, not that I've tried long, it's like 30 minutes, but as enough to see like, oh shit, to write something original is really difficult.
It is. But you got a bit? Anything?
No,
you didn't write any one-liner or anything
for this? No.
Well, just in general, ever in your life, ever written a joke?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, but I don't have anything in my mind popped up.
Right.
So the jokes that I've written have more to do, like for some reason my mind goes to like dark places. So
Same.
you know, like, and not actually dark in the Mark Norman dark, because you go really dark to where it's like almost absurd.
Yes.
My natural inclination is to go to like a dark historical like place, like Hitler and Stalin.
Yeah.
And almost so go to that place and then talk about something absurd there. So like don't go like all the way. I don't know. I don't want to give examples because it'll be clipped. But the Mark Norman style, look it up. He has a special on his YouTube. That kind. I want to almost explore the dark aspects of human nature more, kind of connected to actual historical figures. That's the inclination. Like I don't know, Nature's Metal, the Instagram channel that explores like the darkness of nature.
Yes.
Like something there.
That's good that you already know that you've kind of gotten to the core of your comedy already, and that's interesting. That's a step ahead.
Yeah, I can hear. I mean, with most things that I do in life, I can like hear the music from a distance, like in myself. Like, okay, if you have anything, this is the direction it'll be.
Yeah.
Without actually knowing exactly all the steps, and that's a nice motivation to be like, all right, well, if you do this for a long time, maybe you'll have a chance to get there.
Right.
But you have to. That's where it's a feature to be super self-critical, I think.
Yes.
But then that's why it's fucking terrifying to walk up to a stage, stand there, and probably forget everything.
Yeah, that's the other part nobody thinks about. Just goes right out of your head. You go fight or flight. It's ugly. My first years were horrific bombing, horrific stammering, horrific not remembering the punchline. Like maybe you got a setup going and they're kind of on board and you're like, how's that? I can't remember how it goes. And you just hate yourself. It's a nightmare. But you've already kind of, maybe if you haven't done stand-up or whatever, but you kind of know your voice. And that's pretty advanced.
So you're not trying to be somebody else. I guess, just for having done like podcasts and lecture and so on.
That helps.
I've already done some of the work of the stand-ups do, which is embarrass yourself in front of others for prolonged periods of time.
Yes.
Yeah, so I've done that without actually developing the funny.
Right, right.
But maybe the funny just is not that difficult to develop. No, it's super difficult, of course, but I mean, maybe the essential work of a stand-up comedian is just the embarrassment of like finding who you are.
Yeah, that's a part of it for sure. You know, in the beginning, you're like, water bottle. What's funny about water bottle? I'm a funny guy. I can make this funny, but that's not it. You know, it's your shit, like your dark stuff. For me, I tend to gravitate towards dark, but in a weird way where, you know, people will say like, hey, don't objectify women. But then they go, Caitlyn Jenner's beautiful. And you're like, well, wait, I know something's off here. Mm-hmm. Why can you objectify her, but not the supermodel? So what's going on there? And I like to play with that. So I have this joke where I say, Caitlyn Jenner women go, Caitlyn Jenner's beautiful, beautiful woman. I go, well, you look like her. And they go, fuck you. And you're like, there's a lot of truth there.
Yeah.
But I like exploring that kind of, you're trying to get one over on me, or you're lying to yourself, or what are we doing here? And I like that kind of comedy. I don't see color. Well, I'm black. No, you're not. That's fun because you're lying.